everyone, I hope you're doing well. A very warm welcome back to another perfume video. So today we are going to be looking at all of the MON GUERLAIN flankers which I have in my collection. I'm going to be kind of comparing them all, and at the end of the video I'm going to be ranking them favourites to least favourites. If you are new to my channel and love everything and anything to do with perfume, I would absolutely love it if you would stick around and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to be notified every time I make a new upload, you can click the little bell icon as well, so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So as always, get yourself comfy and grab yourself a drink and a snack. Comment below your drink or snack of choice. Today I have my Bouquet tea, it's a vanilla chai tea. Okay, so the MON GUERLAIN line, it's a line which I absolutely love. I think the original MON GUERLAIN was an absolutely genius creation. I think it is a timeless classic. It's definitely the kind of staple fragrance that I think I'll always want to have in my perfume collection. It's just so fantastic, versatile, feminine, classy, reserved, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. First up today we have the original MON GUERLAIN. Such a classic, sweet, powdery, aromatic, vanilla and lavender scent. So I'll just go through all of the notes. So in the top notes we have lavender and bergamot. In the heart notes we have iris, jasmine, sambac and rose. And in the base notes of this fragrance we have Tahitian vanilla, coumarin, sandalwood, benzoin, licorice and patchouli also. So this fragrance is so soft and rounded, has a very polite presence, if you know what I mean. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet, it's there, but it's not shouting. It doesn't have to shout to get noticed either. This is a truly beautiful fragrance. So smooth, so well-rounded, well-blended, feminine, slightly powdery. Quality as well. This smells like really good quality ingredients, good quality vanilla, sweet but not too sweet, a perfect level of sweetness for myself. It's like a natural sweetness. It's not synthetic in the slightest in the way that it smells. So beautiful. There's quite a dry feeling to the scent, maybe a combination of the powdery accords from the iris, the sandalwood, the vanilla and the lavender all together. It's not juicy. So yeah, it's quite a dry scent as well. It's absolutely stunning. So that's the original MON GUERLAIN. Also the performance on this is very good. So this lasts all day. It's not what I'd consider a beast mode fragrance. Sometimes I don't like using that word because it can imply a certain mood of a fragrance. It can imply a very obnoxious fragrance. So I don't want to use that description here, but this definitely lasts very well. But it's a very polite scent. It's not in your face at all. It's soft, but it's definitely there and it has very good staying power. So that is the original MON GUERLAIN. Then we have the MON GUERLAIN Eau de Toilette, and this fragrance is really quite different to the original one in my opinion. So this is much more emphasis on the citrus notes. I believe there's some violet in here. You still definitely get that lavender for sure. So it's more lavender with citrus with like a little touch of vanilla. It's not got that warm powdery woodiness. It doesn't have that aspect that the original MON GUERLAIN Eau de Parfum has. This one is overall a bit more translucent. It's not as thick. It's a thinner veil. So it definitely has that original MON GUERLAIN DNA in there, but it's overall lighter, more citrusy. I think I'm smelling some violets in here. It definitely doesn't have any heavy aspects to it. So the licorice is gone, the patchouli is gone, the coumarin is gone. So all of those heavy base notes are basically removed, leaving a much lighter, more light-hearted, thin veil of a scent. And with that being said, the staying power on this one is also very good. I like wearing this one to work situations, places where you're going to be working alongside somebody. Back when I was actually out at work in the real world, I would often wear this one just because it's extremely inoffensive. It's perfect for like any situation really. It's definitely not going to offend anybody because it's got that very soft presence. And long story short, I would just say that this is more of a citrusy take on the original, whereas the original MON GUERLAIN is very much a deep, like a woody, vanilla, powdery, aromatic, sweet lavender, luscious kind of fragrance. This one isn't as beautiful. Like the original Mon Guerlain is just gorgeous because of the way that all of the notes come together. This one, because it doesn't have as much impact. This one here, it's pretty. This one is pretty, but Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum is beautiful. So that is Mon Guerlain Eau de Toilette, a beautiful, fantastic fragrance. Really easygoing, perfect for any situation really, so that's the Eau de Toilette. Next up today we have the Intense version. Now this one is beautiful, you guys. I really like the look of this bottle as well. I love the dark plum coloured ribbon, the beautiful plum coloured juice. It's stunning, and the fragrance is also very beautiful. So this is definitely the strongest one, as you would expect from the line. It's it has a lot of oomph, this fragrance. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys, this one is just beautiful. I love this one. It's much heavier on the vanilla, woodier, patchouli. There's musk in here as well, so there's an addition of musk, and there's 2 different types of vanilla in this fragrance as opposed to the original Mon Guerlain, which has just like one sort of vanilla. So this one is amped up on all of those heavier base notes actually. So this has that vanilla in there, but it's amped up. It's amped up on the patchouli. The lavender is still there. This one is absolutely stunning. I believe there's mandarin orange in the opening, and there's like some citruses in the opening. So upon the first spray, there's like a tiny slight harshness to this fragrance, but once it dries down, it is utterly heaven, you guys. Especially, like, this one lasts a really long time, so for hours you'll just be getting wafts of this gorgeous, like, mellow, smooth, beautiful, sweet, but like not too sweet at all, kind of woody, vanillic, aromatic lavender fragrance, and it's just stunning. In the far dry down of this fragrance, there's almost something slightly like reminiscent of burnt marshmallows. It's just got that gorgeous, seamless quality to it. Beautiful, sweet, feminine, alluring, warm, gorgeous fragrance, you guys. I just love this one. Again, like I say, this one has the best lasting power actually. Out of all of them, I would say this one has the best strength as well, so as far as the sillage is concerned, this one would be the best. It definitely lives up to the name of being an intense flanker. Sometimes it can be a little bit disappointing if there's a flanker, you know, called intense or something like that, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't live up to that. But this one definitely does. So if you're looking for an intense, long-lasting, but still quite soft and feminine fragrance, I would look no further than this one. Honestly, guys, it's so beautiful. I absolutely adore this fragrance. So that is Mon Guerlain Intense. Next up today we have Florale. Now, I believe this one has been discontinued and I wasn't really able to find it anywhere, but I did find this hair mist version on Natino, I believe it was, and look how cute that bottle is. So it has a little image here on the front which is different to the other fragrances. So it says Brume Cheveux hair mist, so I guess that's hair mist in French on there. And it's so beautiful. The little metallic ribbon here is in a rose gold, pale champagne pink kind of colour, and that differentiates the Florale version. So the notes of Mon Guerlain Florale, we have lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange and lemon. We have florals, peony, jasmine sambac, lang lang, neroli, peach and lily of the valley. And in the base notes we have vanilla, iris and sandalwood also. So initially, upon the first application, you do get that lemon, which I find slightly jarring, if I'm being honest, because lemon is not a note that I appreciate at all. That does dissipate though, I believe, and it dries down to just more of a floral version of Mon Guerlain. This doesn't have that same richness of the vanilla, and this is definitely very different to the intense version. It's not a million miles away from the original Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum. I would say the Florale and the Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum are actually the most similar in the whole line, and they smell the most similar to me. Overall, this is a beautiful floral take on the Mon Guerlain. It's basically just a slightly lighter version with more emphasis on the florals, and you do definitely notice that lemon, which is slightly unsettling for me, but that does dissipate and it becomes a lot nicer in the dry down. I think maybe the lemon and the peach working together actually give this an ever so slightly fruity nuance to it. This is just stunning, and I'm so chuffed with my little hair mist. I'm kind of into hair mists at the moment. I think they're such a nice, I don't know, it just feels very something quite glamorous about using a hair mist. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy them, and I actually tend to smell these really well on myself. Like sometimes if I spray a regular fragrance, after a while I might not smell it as much, but if you spray it in your hair then it's always kind of wafting in front of your face, so you can always smell it quite well. So yeah, I'm loving this, and the staying power of this is really, really good. This lasts a really long time in my hair. I sprayed it in the evening and it actually lasted all night and I could still smell it in the morning, so fantastic. I love this flanker, this hair mist so much. It's so beautiful. So yeah, the Florale, brighter, floral, slightly lemony version of original Mon Guerlain. It still has a lot of substance to it. It has that a similar kind of presence. It's not like much lighter. It's more light-hearted and it's more floral, but it's still got the same presence of strength of scent, if you know what I mean. So the Florale, really nice flanker. A shame it's being discontinued, but I'm quite happy with my little hair mist here. I think it's really very nice. So that is Mon Guerlain Florale. And last up today we have Mon Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet. Now I have done quite an in-depth review of this fragrance and I compared it to the original Mon Guerlain, so if you're interested in that video I'll try and remember to leave a card up here that you can click and see that video. But this is a really nice, very, very different version to Mon Guerlain. This is in a similar vein to your Armani My Way, your Versace Bright Crystal, your kind of brighter, slightly crisp, juicy, fruity florals. This is going more in that direction, whereas the other Mon Guerlains really don't ever veer in that territory. They're kind of very much their own thing, like a sweet, aromatic, vanillic sort of fragrance. This one is really, really different. So something I will say about this one actually is if you have not managed to find a Mon Guerlain for you, so if you've struggled with all of the Mon Guerlains, they've just been too heavy, they've not been your thing and you prefer lighter fragrances, I would 100% give this one a try because this might be the perfect one for you. So the notes of Sparkling Bouquet: in the top we have pear, bergamot and mandarin orange. In the heart notes we have peony, lavender and jasmine sambac. And in the base notes we have Tahitian vanilla, white musk and sandalwood. So this fragrance is truly beautiful. The only thing about this one, oh, it smells so stunning in the air. I love this one so much. That pear note is divine. I love the pear note in this fragrance. It's actually possibly the nicest done pear note I've ever smelled. So you know how sometimes in a fragrance you might get a really ripe, almost overly ripe pear notes, like a really rich, juicy, almost like fruit that's about to go off, that kind of smell. This pear is not like that at all. This is like a pear that's just ripe and it's not overly sweet, it's not about to go bad, it's like just ripe, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's refreshing as well. Kind of a cooling effect, but then it has those other warmer notes in there, creating a kind of contrast, and they blend really well. The pear really works in harmony with that original Mon Guerlain DNA, actually. So the original Mon Guerlain notes, so the lavender and the vanilla, just dancing around in the background very subtly, being enhanced beautifully by that pear note. This is an extremely different take on the Mon Guerlain fragrance, so when you smell this, if you didn't know that this was a Mon Guerlain flanker, you might not even be able to guess that because it's very, very different in my opinion. There's a slight nod to the original Mon Guerlain DNA, but it's very much like a distant daydream of it. It's not that obvious at all, I wouldn't say, but it is still slightly there. The peony and the jasmine in here are done in a very nice bright way, like a bright, sweet, feminine kind of way, which I suppose peony would kind of smell like that anyway. But the way that they've done the jasmine and the peony together, it's very much an uplifting, floral sort of scent. And this is a beautiful fragrance and I love it. I'm really, really happy that I got this one. But what I will say is the lasting power on this is not that great. What I do think is, because it's still kind of cold here in Scotland, like we're still in spring and it's like not warm yet, I do think that the cold weather is not working that well with this particular fragrance. I think in the warmer weather it will last longer and project more, but obviously I can't say for sure because I haven't been able to test it in that climate yet. Obviously, like as we go into summer I can review this again, like I can mention this in more videos and give you guys like an update, but as it stands right now in this climate that we have at the moment, so springtime, the lasting power and the projection on this I would say is fairly poor. However, it doesn't really bother me. Like I don't know, you guys, lasting power, it's important, but I think if you really like a fragrance, I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't bother me. Sometimes it doesn't bother me and other times it really bothers me. I think it depends on the fragrance. Yeah, I really, really like this one. It's got that perfect, clean, sweet, almost like shampoo, like just a clean, feminine kind of smell. That's the exact kind of smell that I am obsessed with these days. So of course I love this one for that reason. I would say the base notes of this fragrance, so the vanilla, the musk and the sandalwood, they do eventually come out, but by the time those notes are coming out, the fragrance is very much a skin scent. So those notes you will not enjoy like wafts of them. You will only be able to smell those in the far dry down of the fragrance once it is kind of like calmed down to a skin scent. At least that's been my experience of it. Like I say, it might change depending on the weather. Like once it warms up in Scotland, maybe this will just project more. Like I really have no idea at this point, but that's how it's performed on me so far. And I absolutely love this one, you guys. I really, really like this fragrance. Just so uplifting, so feminine, smooth, like kind of cooling and refreshing, but comforting at the same time, sweet, floral, and beautiful. So that is MON GUERLAIN Sparkling Bouquet. So now that I've gone through all of the fragrances, I'm going to rank them least favourites to most favourites. So in last place we have MON GUERLAIN Eau de Toilette. Now I really like this fragrance, but it is kind of, it's light and it has a lot of citrusy nuances to it, which I don't love. Like I like it, it's nice, but I'm not obsessed with it. And when it dries down, a lot of them kind of come out. Like it's very much a light, almost slightly tangy, like a slightly tangy nuance to this fragrance just because of how lightweight it is. It doesn't have any deeper base notes balancing it out and adding like a depth and rounding it off or anything like that. It's very much a kind of lighter version. It's still beautiful though. It's a perfect throw-on fragrance for any occasion. It smells clean, pleasant, feminine, all of those things, but yeah, it's in last place. It's my least favourite from this line. In fourth place we have MON GUERLAIN Florale. Now I really like this one. It's a fantastic hair mist and I imagine it would be a gorgeous just fragrance as well. I really like it, but it's just that lemon note in there. I'm not a fan of lemon at all in fragrances, you guys. I'm just not a fan of lemon. On the whole, I do really enjoy this fragrance. The lemon kind of dissipates a bit, and it's just a more floral version of the original, a bit lighter as well, but still has a stronger presence. Yeah, I really like this one, so it's in fourth place. In third place, we have MON GUERLAIN Sparkling Bouquet. This is a gorgeous fragrance. It's a real shame about the lasting power, but it's a gorgeous scent. Beautifully done pear notes, absolutely beautifully done. Seamlessly blended, really quite different, very unique as far as the MON GUERLAIN line is concerned. Very, very different, unique flanker, which I think will appeal to a lot of people who maybe weren't the biggest fan of any of the other MON GUERLAIN flankers just because of how different this one is. really different mood, bright, sweet, cheerful, uplifting, and pretty. Just a really pretty floral. I really, really like this one, you guys. So that is a Sparkling Bouquet coming in third place. Now for second and first place, this is just so incredibly difficult. I can't make up my mind. I really, really can't make up my mind actually. So as it stands right now, like I'll make a decision now, but obviously this could change in the future depending on my mood and things like that. But like how I'm feeling today, I'm gonna put the original Mon Guerlain in second place. It's just so good, you guys. I love this fragrance. Lasting power is fantastic. Sillage and everything is fantastic. Beautiful, like modest, feminine, classy, timeless and elegant fragrance. Just so beautiful. Rich, gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I love it. So that is the original Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum. So that means in first place we have the beautiful Mon Guerlain Intense. This perfume is just incredible. Oh my goodness. I love this one. Lasting power, fantastic. Sillage, fantastic. Rich, gorgeous, smooth, pillowy, beautiful feminine fragrance. Absolutely stunning, you guys. I just adore this one. So that is Mon Guerlain Intense. So there we have it, you guys. My wee review of my Mon Guerlain flankers and ranking them favourite to least favourites. I really hope you enjoyed my video. Please let me know in the comments which Mon Guerlain is your favourite. Also, let me know what the Rose Eau de Parfum version is like, because I haven't tried that one yet. I've tried a little sample vial of the Bloom of Rose Eau de Toilette and I wasn't really that crazy about it, to be honest. So if you've tried the Eau de Parfum version of the Rose Mon Guerlain, let me know what it's like, because that might be one that I'll need to try. Thank you so very much for watching. I truly appreciate you and I will see you on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.